Good morning, Niagara. You're tuned to Car Connection, where the coffee's hot, the tools are ready, and the talk is always tuned up. I'm your host, Nile Motormouth Jenkins, coming to you straight from the Car Connection workshop, where we mix a little humor, a little know-how, and a whole lot of horsepower. Here, it's not just about fixing cars, it's about keeping you rolling, saving you money, and giving you the confidence to understand what's under that hood. From the classics to the commuters, the weird noises to what the heck moments, we've got you covered. So grab your cup of joe, sit back, and join the crew, because this is Car Connection, your daily morning pit stop for stories, smarts, and a few good laughs. And I'm Nile Motormouth Jenkins, and we're shifting into drive right here in the Car Connection workshop. So stay with us. We got lots coming your way. In this segment, we are going to be talking about super silicone solicitate. Yep, I think I heard it. What the heck is that? Antifreeze. Car antifreeze. We're going to break it down for you. Going to talk about all the myths, not myths, when it comes to your vehicle's cooling system and antifreeze. So today, in this episode, we're going to break down antifreeze. What are we looking for? How do we test it? Is there lifetime antifreeze? Pause. We're going to cover that. I'm going to pull over, put the four ways on, and pull the handbrake on that one. Let me tell you, that's going to be a 2-coffee breakdown. So let's dive right into it. And remember, check your antifreeze mix before it checks you. Frozen coolant means a cracked engine block, and that's a Christmas gift you don't want to experience. Let me tell you. That happens a lot this time of year as we're on the cusp of the seasonal change. Yep, we're going to cross the Rubicon. There's no going back. Exactly. We got to get through the next several months together. Right on? All right, so let's jump into antifreeze. Well, we have all these vehicles out there, all different years, makes, and models, and whatnots, and hoochadingas things, and thingamabobs on wheels. They all have one thing in common: antifreeze. And we need to understand that. And I'm going to break this out right from the very beginning. Lifetime antifreeze, that's a joke. We had lifetime antifreeze come out in the early 90s, 91, 92, and it was the most evilest cooling system antifreeze on the market. And I'll share that with you today. It hasn't changed. That long life antifreeze, it's good to a point, and then it turns nasty. So it's not something you put into your vehicle's cooling system. You put it in and forget it. Oh, no. You better make sure you're having it tested if you're going to try out that long life antifreeze. And I would highly recommend, right now, I'm going to put a shameless plug in for our YouTube channel, Nile Motormouth Jenkins. And in the first dozen YouTube videos that we did, I did a complete YouTube video on antifreeze. You've got to go and watch that. I test a whole pile of antifreeze, some new, some old, some long life, and you will be absolutely shocked at what I discovered. In fact, there was one video we shot that we have not posted, because I guarantee you would have to send me a hacksaw pie to get me out of the hooskow. Yeah, I need something to get through the bars. I haven't lost that much weight yet, but hey, I'd give it a shot. But we did not post that video for that reason, that we were probably going to get some hate mail, probably a visit from Frankie in the dark, because what we discovered was not good. Not good. But I will say this. Antifreeze does have a date due, just like a loaf of bread, just like meat, vegetables, all that stuff, perishables. Antifreeze has a date due. And I got this antifreeze, brand spanking new, and I looked at the date due on it, and it says it's only good for 2 years. Okay, this is long life antifreeze. Said it was only good for 2 years. It was 2 years old already. In the jug, brand spanking new from the date it was manufactured. It was 2 years old already, 2023. We're in 25. So am I going to put that in my car? I'm not putting it in my car. Not me. It's already 2 years old. So be careful when you're purchasing antifreeze on your own. Check the label. Check the production date, because its lifespan is about 2 years. In this 200, and that bottle on that jug, it stated that the antifreeze was good for 225,000 kilometers. And I'm going, you got to, first of all, you got to be kidding me, right? No way. I'm not leaving antifreeze in anything I drive for 225,000 kilometers. I mean, you can choose to do that, but I'm not going to, because here's what you got to know. And I'll follow up this episode with another episode on our podcasts on iHeart platforms, all the platforms, Spotify, Instagram, Amazon Music. It's everywhere. I'll do the follow-up episode will be on the vehicle's cooling system, the number one most neglected system on every single automobile out there on the roadway, the cooling system. You neglect that, you'll have to go and watch another video that we posted, a project vehicle that we're working on. So we do all kinds of mechanical videos, and we always teach you the 5 things. What the part is, where it is, how it breaks, how you could have possibly, let me see, did I get that right? 5 things. You know, I never was good at math. How about you guys? What it is, where it is, how it works, how it breaks, and what could you have done better or learned to have prevented breakage from happening and costing you time, money, and a few bloody knuckles. That's what our YouTube video is about. So we've been working on a 1997 Jeep TJ Wrangler that was gifted to us from the wrecking yard, and we've been putting this baby back together. But you got to go way back in the video library to see what actually happened to that 1997 Jeep TJ that put it in the wrecking yard. And I happened to find it in a wrecking yard with all kinds of tractor trailers, tractor trailer boxes, trucks, buses, highway coaches, and I was in there scavenging some parts for a trailer for a ministry team, and I turn a corner, and I see this little red Jeep there, and I'm going, whoa, hello, what are you doing here in amongst all these behemoths? So anyway, long story short, I looked it over, I laid in the mud, looked at the frame, and I said to my friend George, I go, hey, George, any chance we can give that Jeep a good home and shoot some videos on it? And that's how we got it. So you need to go back and find the video in our library where I'm telling you what was the final blow to that 97 Jeep TJ Wrangler that put it in the wrecking yard. And it has, I'll give you a clue, has everything to do with cooling system failure and antifreeze. You got to go watch that video. Our YouTube channel, you can find all our links to all the places where you can find me at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. That's carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. When you get to the homepage, you'll see logos for businesses that I put my seal of approval on. By all means, give them your business and let them know that I sent you. Wonderful, wonderful people. The top right-hand corner of our homepage, you'll see the icon for YouTube, Facebook, and our merch store, so you can get some Car Connection merch at a super discount right now, $5 above cost. And in our store, you can pick the items you want, pick the color, pick the size, put it in the basket, and pay for it. It gets shipped right to your door. So that's where you can also send me an email as well and connect with me directly. You can also find me on Stevensvilleontheweb.ca. Click on the businesses tab. that is another avenue for you to connect with me. You'll see videos there, bloopers and outtakes, but most of all, you'll be able to send me an email through that website as well. So go back to our YouTube channel, find that video in our library about antifreeze, testing antifreeze, and watch it. It's not a War and Peace edition. We try to keep our videos around 22 minutes. Once in a while, I go off the deep end, if you know what I mean. I go a little way over, but not very often. We try to be very respectful of your time. So let's jump back into, I digress a bit, but let me jump back into, and our Facebook channel is Nile Motormouth Jenkins as well. So that's how you can find us. But the link is on our homepage, carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. For short, it's CCBUS as in Sam, NET.com. All right, let's dive into what is the lifespan truly of a vehicle's antifreeze. Well, if you want to make sure that your vehicle does not end up in the wrecking yard because of lack of maintenance on the vehicle's cooling system, I don't care who tells you it's lifetime antifreeze or it's good for 225,000 kilometers. You know what? That engine is worth more than a bucket of antifreeze any time of the night or day. Flush and fill every 2 years. I do not use the long life antifreeze. I'm not a big fan of Dexcool. It came out in the early 90s. It was a fail back then. We had a lot of head gaskets going down, a lot of cylinder head etching, because that product, if you don't keep an eye on it and test it on a regular basis, it looks good, but as soon as we test it, it's acidic. So what are we looking for when we're checking your vehicle's antifreeze? Well, a couple of things. So I hope you got your crayon, your brown paper bag, so you can take some notes, because that's what we're all about. And if I'll tell you right now, if you connect with our YouTube channel and subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified when new videos go up. Every week we put 3 new videos up, 2 for Tuesday and a new one on Friday. Stay connected. You will learn a lot through our YouTube channel. And that's what's important, especially ladies. It's easy to get taken advantage of, and I can't even begin to tell you over the last couple of months the number of emails. I've even taken some phone calls from women totally ripped off at the dealer level and at the mom and pop shop. So you've got to arm yourself with knowledge. Here's what we're checking for. We're checking for the freeze point. And that's not the only thing. We have to test your vehicle's antifreeze for more than just how cold can my car go before it freezes up like a cinder block? Just like what I was telling you a few minutes ago. To check your antifreeze mix before it checks you. Frozen coolant means a cracked engine block, and that is not something you want to have to deal with. So when you go and watch that video on our 97 Jeep TJ Wrangler, what was the final lethal blow that put that little Jeep in the wrecking yard? You'll be amazed at what you learn in that particular video. Cooling system failures will cost you an engine. Big time. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So we're looking for freeze point. We're looking for boiling point. We're looking for the pH balance, alkalinity, and acid corrosion level. And in the YouTube video where I talk about and show you how I'm testing antifreeze and breaking it down for you, you can actually physically watch me testing different types of antifreeze. And those are the 4 criteria I'm looking for, and there's no sorta, maybe, kinda pass. It either passes or it does not pass the test, the sniff test. So boiling point, freeze point, pH balance, alkalinity, and acid corrosion level. Here's what we discovered about the Dexcool back in the early 90s. It was good till it wasn't. And you could physically look at it and go, well, it looks good. But then when we tested it, the acid corrosion level was right off the chart. So what are we dealing with there? We're dealing with antifreeze that has gone completely acidic, and that's when we were dealing with head gaskets, failed intake gaskets, cylinder heads being etched from the acid was actually eating the aluminum to the cylinder heads. And if you don't know what any of those components are, I'll sum it up for you. Ready? Cha-ching. Big money. Engine failure components. Big money, lots of labor, lots of cash to fix the problem. Trust me, you don't want to go there. Cooling system antifreeze is not maintenance free, and I don't care who wants to challenge me where, when, and how. You better bring your science, because I'm going to eat your lunch and take your milk money. Period. I tested perfectly good antifreeze right out of the jug, and it failed. It failed one or more of those 4 tests. Brand new antifreeze right off the store shelf, bought by my person, captured on video, but we're holding that video back because I could probably get a lawsuit from somebody, and I don't need that headache. It's like, you know what? I'm aware of it. I'm just going to stay clear of your product. The other thing is these colors. I have a big problem with the orange, the yellow, the blue, the this, the that, the green. You know what? That's a load of baloney. It's a marketing ploy. That's all it is. Except when you come to European cars. European cars have antifreeze specific. And I know because I have some Volkswagens, I have a Saab, and I know, and I have coolant set aside, which is right from the factory for those particular vehicles. But the color is simply for this, so that if your car has pink, you get the pink. If it has the yellow, you put the yellow in. If it has the orange, you put the orange in. But here's the thing I don't like. The color actually means nothing. It really doesn't. Antifreeze is antifreeze is antifreeze. And I could show you just by using test strips that that is absolutely true. The color has nothing to do with the performance of the antifreeze, but it's a great marketing ploy to take your money. And I was in a store, and I was pulling some antifreeze that I needed to finish off a video that I was working on. I had the engine apart, and I didn't have enough of the antifreeze that I wanted, so I went to the store, and I'm looking at all these fancy jugs with this color, the orange, the yellow, the blue, the green, and I'm going, what the stink is this all about? And then you better read the label, because for $22, I picked up a jug of 50/50 antifreeze. That's right. It's not even full concentrated antifreeze. So you're buying, for $22, you're buying half a jug of water, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. Mixing antifreeze, the ratio. So stay with me. So you're buying 50% of the jug is water, the other 50% is antifreeze. Scam alert. No. The guy comes and he says, "Can I help you, sir?" I go, "I don't know if you can or not." I said, "What a scam it is. I'm looking at all these jugs, different colors. I pull a jug, and I'm about to pay $22 for a gallon jug, not quite 4 liters. Like they can't give you 4. It's 3.87. Come on, give me a break. In the automotive world, we always had 4-liter jugs. Actually, I bought antifreeze in bulk. Anyways, because the jugs, they just hang around, and they're terrible to hang on to. So we used to buy it in 500-liter barrels. And guess what? It was only one color, green. Yeah. There was another company out there that offered their antifreeze, and it was blue. So the fellow says, yeah, isn't that something? He says, I've been in the automotive trade for quite a few years, and I'm looking at this and going, wow, this is quite a marketing scam, isn't it? And I looked up at him and I'm going, you're all over this, like white on rice, like Axel on a donut. Now, that's a scary thought. Yeah, donut parts everywhere. It's like cutting a pizza at a pizza party with a chainsaw. I saw that happen on a dining room table. It was really nice before the chainsaw hit the pizza. So anyways, I looked at the fella and I go, what is with this? $22 for 3.87 liters of antifreeze, and half of it's water. He goes, well, I guess it's convenience if you don't know what you're doing. I said, well, yeah, you're paying pretty good for that. You know, I could very easily take a jug of concentrate, head for home, take half of it out, put it into another jug, and then mix it with 50% distilled water and then test it. And in my video, I do that. And I show you how to do that so you can save money. So you know what? I bought one jug, and when I got back to the shop, I turned it into 2 jugs. I pre-mixed it myself. So instead of paying $22 for one jug of 50-50, 50% water, 50% antifreeze, I made myself 2 jugs and mixed it 50-50 right in my own shop. Now, if you're going to do that, here's what you have to know. In today's automobiles, with the technology that we have in our vehicles' cooling systems, you cannot mix the antifreeze or put tap water into your vehicle's cooling system. That is absolutely a no-no. You have to use distilled or filtered water. Or if you know for sure it's not coming out of a municipal tap. You cannot use anything that has chemicals in it. So I have a filter system in the Car Connection workshop. So anytime we're working with car batteries and topping them up, again, cannot use tap water. There's the chlorine plus the metals that are in the water will destroy your vehicle's cooling system. How interesting is that, right? Yeah, we can put it in our kidneys, but we can't put it in our automobile's cooling system. It will trash it. Yeah. Something you need to know. So if you buy that concentrated jug of antifreeze, save yourself a windshield washer jug and mark it at the halfway point with a Sharpie. Put half of your antifreeze into that jug and then top it up, not quite to the top. A couple of inches from the top will take you to about 3.87 liters. Now you have a pre-mixed jug of coolant. So at the end of the day, what we want to know is that we're good for at least minus 40. And if it gets that cold, minus 40, this fella is not coming outside to play. I'm putting another log on the fire and putting some more coffee on. Speaking of coffee, I got a nice fresh one here. You don't mind if I have a swiggy? We could have a swiggy together. We'll have to work that out. Yep, that's my antifreeze. So again, just to recap the 4 things we're looking for when we're testing antifreeze: boiling point, freeze point, pH balance, alkalinity, and the 5th, did I say 4? See, I never passed math, okay? I flubbed my way through it. So number 5, the most important, they're all important, but the critical point of measurement is the acid corrosion level. So vehicle's cooling system needs to be gushed and flushed if you want to save your engine. It's cheaper to replace the antifreeze, trust me, than to do a head gasket, cylinder head replacement, or an engine replacement. 24 months is all I do in my own vehicles, and then I gush and flush. Get it out of there, flush the system clean, and put a fresh fill. And that's what you need to know. To keep it simple, every 24 months, regardless of mileage. Because remember, if you do very limited mileage on your vehicle is classified as a severe service vehicle. It needs more service than less, than the driver that's commuting an hour and a half one way to a job or is on the road doing on-road sales all day long. That's regular service and maintenance. But if you have a low mileage vehicle because you do lots of short trips, your vehicle needs more service, and the category it fits in, again, is severe service. So remember I said at the very beginning of this podcast, Antifreeze has a due date or a date due. Depends on where you live. Yeah. Or a best of date. However you want to say it. It has a shelf life. The shelf life is 2 years. And that is written right on the bottles that I have downstairs away from the studio into the shop studio where we shoot automotive videos. Right on the bottle. Good for 225,000 kilometers. Long life antifreeze. Shelf life 2 years. And it's already, the one jug, the production date was 2023. And another jug, 2022. And the shelf life is 24 months. So, and I purchased that antifreeze brand spanking new right off the shelf. So guess what? It's already met its date too. The shelf life. Go figure. So that antifreeze will go into my recycle can and go off to be recycled. Because if it says its shelf life is 2 years and it's already 3 years old, 2022, are you going to put it in your car? I tested it, and guess what? It failed 2 out of the 5 tests. It failed right out of the jug. And it wasn't the only one. So you have to go watch that video on our YouTube channel. I believe it's entitled Checking Antifreeze. Anyways, if you just do a search in our library, you'll find it. It's all about antifreeze, that video. So till next time, we're going to talk about and break down your vehicle's cooling system. What you need to know to avoid what happened to that 1997 Jeep TJ Wrangler Sport that put it in the junkyard. So we rescued it. It's what we call our 97 Jeep TJ Wrangler Rescue, and we're putting it back together, and it's coming along real nice. We're doing some upgrades to it right now. All the mechanicals are all done. We're just moving through the inside. So stop by our YouTube channel anytime at Nile Motormouth Jenkins. Visit our website, carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com, to connect with local, family-owned and operated businesses that have my seal of approval. While you're in our website, click on our store, grab yourself some Car Connection merch, be part of the Car Connection crew, and visit us at Stevensvilleontheweb.ca. I love Stevensville. Some great family-owned and operated businesses there. That's where my pops has lived for 42 years. It's just a great place to hang out. I love the people. I love the town. I love the businesses there. And my favorite restaurant, Scuttlebutts, in downtown Stevensville. You got to check it out sometime. The food is fabulous. It's a great place to hang out and have a meal with friends. Also, like and follow us on Facebook at Nile Motormouth Jenkins. And don't forget to like, share, comment down below on each video. Put your comments down below. And ring that notification bell to be notified when we go live streaming and when new videos get uploaded to our channel. And don't forget to share us with your family and your friends. So till next time, have fun, keep it under 100, and put that coffee on. We're going to come to your house.